Up and away in my beautiful Zeppelin. Hey, y'all, come on in. You're here on a great day.
It is New Artisan Day today with American Vintage Soap Company.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays,
we are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, y'all, come on in. Thank you for finding our little barbershop. If you happen to be here during one of the live premieres on YouTube, why, come on in the live chat. Meet the Whiff Pack, an awesome group of friends hanging out from all over the world. They'd love to meet you, too.
They would. And for our mention today, Marcus would like to talk about Fable Beard Co.
Y'all, from the very beginning of our journey, we were talking to Pete Hendricks and Doug Lane about how important it is to replenish the oil in our skin after those blades strip it away. The splashes are great, and sometimes the skin food is fantastic, but I've realized that a few drops of oil at the very end of my shave make a tremendous difference and leave me with a beautiful post-shave feel that, believe it or not, is not very oily. And how did I come to this realization? Well, quite frankly, the marketing at Fable Beard Co. They have characters. They have 3 or 4 set note oils accompanied by adjectives, and in absolutely remarkable sense, accompanied by a buy one, get one free anniversary sale. This is the one that I chose first, of course. This is Lightning Rod, and your scent notes are
fruity cereal, crisp lemon, fresh cherries, and sweet pomegranate.
And I swear to you, it's not just cereal.
No.
There are other mysteries and wonders going on in here between those scent notes. Fable Beard Co., thank you for understanding the whimsy and adventure that we enjoy in our shaves and creating some absolutely phenomenal scents. I have 2 right now. I have 10 more on the way. And what is our soap today?
This was a gift from Barry Bedford from a Texan Shaves, a brand new artisan, and a brand new soap for us, Zeppelin. Let's meet it.
All right, y'all, from the sales page at avsoapco.com.
We have Zeppelin essential oils of sandalwood, juniper berry, frankincense, myrrh, patchouli, spearmint, orange, fenugreek, and clove.
Y'all. Well, this new American artisan is out of Arkansas. They have a myriad of products, and this one being hand-selected by a Texan Shaves has got to be good. Come on with us, y'all. We're going to open the box. I love the COG logo. Lets you know work is being done. So we did open the box so we knew what we were going to cover, but we didn't open this box. Look how they come. Y'all, is that not beautiful? Oh, what is this? See what's hiding in there.
This is kind of heavy.
This is so luxurious. All right, let's. Oh, it is
it's wrapped again.
In here, yeah, mine is too. Let's see.
Oh, how pretty.
Oh my, look at that bottle.
Milky fun.
That's cool. Definitely skin food in there, y'all. What are we looking at here?
Alcohol and witch hazel in here. Okay.
And y'all,
how cute is that?
Look at that. What a beautiful presentation. All right, yeah, well, make sure your tickets are punched and your tray tables are fully locked. We are headed for the landing dock on the Empire State Building with this Zeppelin today. Come along for our first impression. Looking at those scent notes, what do you think this is going to be holding for us?
You know, I think it's going to be very fresh and clean kind of scent, but there's going to be other fun little signature scents going on with that.
You never know which scent notes are going to be the loudest singers in these parties. All right.
See what you get.
Taking it in. Oh, that's a very nice pour.
Made with tallow from what I saw.
Oh, hold on. Oh, this is gonna be a wild one.
Yeah?
Y'all, this bursts forth with a rush of citrus that then almost vanishes. And it's a very candied, very nostalgic citrus from my childhood. A little bit from the lemon tree in my backyard, but also a little bit from the fruit stripe gum that I would beg my mom for every 20 minutes because that's about how long that flavor lasted. And then just when you think that that's opening the door to like a sweet and swirly citrusy world, everything changes and a dark cloud moves over the top and the whole thing gets foggy and the whole thing starts to descend down into something that's speaking a little bit of leather, speaking a little bit of resins and heavier, darker spices. Y'all, and then those are all coming together on top where it meets the citrus again, and you go on that ride a second time. And the whole thing in kind of a mellow envelope. There are no pokey singers in this.
So blended pretty well then.
Beautifully. And intensity turned down a bit.
Okay.
Well, this is going to be kind of funny. Somebody yesterday asked me what Executive Man smelled like from Sterling because they did not know Aventus. And I almost said like the classic spicy pineapple, but for me, that's not what Aventus smells like. Aventus smells like a clean, crisp, and perfect balance of like 900 things that Creed got exactly right, and that became Aventus. The same kind of stuff is going on in here, where the scent notes for me are rather nondescript, but that doesn't matter because the personality being presented is a bit Aventus-ish. If it weren't so strong on the pineapple, if it had a little bit more going on in the leathers, in the darks. Watch, leather's not even a scent note, but it's suggesting it.
Okay.
Well, and here's the salvation, because the citrus is sweet but sharp, and that kind of leather darkery sense is rugged. So y'all, there is a creamy intermediary in the middle of this, and that's the sandalwood, and it's doing a perfect job of blending that citrus with those darker spices on the bottom. Lovely. And look at my face. Not reminiscent of anything else we've got in our cabinet. Beautiful. And not a 70 or 80 line formula for this, y'all. These are all essential oils. So you're looking at probably less than 10 lines in this formula, but it's how all of the tiny nooks and crannies inside of those essential oils are all coming together. In reality, there are thousands of aroma molecules swimming around in here. This has a complexity that I rarely find with essential oil only soaps. I'm thinking that Atomic Age Bay Rum from PAA is another. Like, it's hard to get this complexity from just essential oils. A lot closer to the Martin de Condré that I got for my birthday from Adopted Acres than anything else in our collection. Deep and masculine. Nice.
So more natural, more herby, more like real.
Absolutely. But it does have that candied citrus burst that keeps it whimsical, that keeps it friendly. This is going to sound a little weird. Stick with me. This smells like my grandfather's wallet. It was beautiful. It was handmade. It was leather. He had it for like 50 years because he never threw out anything. It smelled a little bit like his cherry tobacco. It smelled a little bit like his cologne. It smelled a little bit like the gum he would keep tucked inside of it. And something about the age of it, something about the soft, broken in, lived in leather about it brings this back. Also the giddiness that I would feel as a 10-year-old with a report card of straight A's when he would pull out his wallet and reward me thusly.
But that does kind of throw back into the American vintage concept of their company.
It does. In fact, y'all, just to give you a lane, if you really step back, there might even be a tiny sort of cola-ish vibe to some of the wisps going on in here. That's as dark and dank as it goes. And then over the top, a tiny, tiny dusting of powder, just to let you know that barbershops are some of our favorite places and some of our favorite things. Absolutely beautiful. And I'm finding more the more I dive into this. That's the cool thing about essential oils. It's like finger paint. You can find lots of stuff in there if you look. All right, I think I am ready for your masculine, feminine question.
Right.
I think this is one of those that's really masculine on me and really feminine on you. And I think it's about what our natural body chemistries pull out. But I also think it's part of the expectation.
Okay.
When I see you, I'm going to smell the sweeter, citrusy, more floral parts of this.
Okay.
When I see me, I'm going to smell fish and fear. All right, take this in.
Oh, boy.
I'm excited to see what you're going to say about this.
Me
And if
too.
you can find a little bit of that cola note in there that I get as well. All right, here we go.
Oh, it's funny. I'm getting hit more with the spearminty kind of ruggedy minty side. It's still clean, but I think where the citruses were getting to you, that's the part that's bringing me in first. I feel like my nose doesn't want to leave the spearmint. It's really enjoying it, so I'm having a hard time getting around it, but I do feel like I'm getting a little more of the citrusy things that are next to it. I'm not quite getting the leatheriness, but I am getting something a little deeper and herbier underneath that.
Right.
So that's as dark as it's getting for me.
You know, it's cool. I don't even know if it's a spearmint, but I totally know what you're getting. I think some of these other nooks and crannies are coming together to present mint that isn't actually there in its real form. It's more of an imagination fantasy mint note, but you're right.
It's not too strong. It's kind of like a lighter thing, but that's like where my nose could find something new. Right. So it's riding that line right now.
But I think that's where the clover from the Fun Greek is coming in. That's presenting for me like a bit of spearmint.
Maybe. There's not like a specific floral or something.
No.
But there's something subtly sweet and clean that's taking over for me. So I think you're right. If I was wearing this or using this, it would come off a little different than if you were. Like you'd get more of the deeper, earthier, herbier kind of things going on.
Fish. No, there's no fish in here.
Okay, you have to do one of the Marcus like 5 to 8 second whiffs, and then you get more layers going on in here. You can't do a quick little like just stick your nose in and run away action. But I feel like as soon as we lather it up, that might even make more sense. But I at first thought there were only like maybe 2 to 3 scent notes, and now that I do the longer whiff, I can tell there's a lot more going on. They're not all as familiar as I was expecting, but they are all inviting. They're all clean, and I feel like if anyone was wearing this, it's a super crowd pleaser. There's nothing in it that's pokey or bossy, so I kind of like that it's a little more on the tamer side, and that's what I'm enjoying getting to kind of ride between. Right. I feel like it's a pretty safe scent. It's really intriguing, but it's almost like a good newbie scent because it doesn't put you in a specific lane. It just overall is clean, inviting, and it's parts that are familiar and parts that you still want to get to know, which I'm liking. Even that scent note list we read earlier, I didn't quite know all the scent notes, which I'm kind of liking. Like I thought I was going to get more things that I knew that would become more bossy, but how it's blended, you really have a hard time pulling them apart, which is kind of fun.
And some folks do not want to wear anything that you can identify. They don't want to be known as the gardenia guy. You know what I mean? So these kind of things are perfect because the blend, while made of essential oils, is so complex that it's really hard to separate them out.
I wouldn't say this is a clean laundry scent, but I would put this in like a fresh out of the shower kind of vibe. If I had to pick a sort of lane, it's not going barbershop-y or other ones. Like, I think that's what I'd have to say. But it's almost like there's still a fresh window open. Like, there's something outdoorsy coming through. Not rugged, but just fresh.
Well, I think that's why I went back to my grandfather's wallet. Because their house in Stockton, California was surrounded by clover.
It
was ubiquitous. So when you were standing in their house, you got pipe tobacco, you got clover, and then add the leather of his wallet. And weirdly, again, I'm sorry, stick with me. A little bit of that warm, inviting spice of paper money, if you know what I mean. How it's almost minty, if you know what I mean. Put it in the comments. It's probably just because money's green. My brain goes, it smells minty, but I swear to God, I'm getting a little bit of that in here.
I feel like we are struggling to pick out the scent notes, which is kind of fun, but it may be time to just give in and go back and look at this list and build you a new artisan lather.
All right, y'all, back to the sales page at avsoapco.com. We start with essential oils of
sandalwood, juniper berry. Okay, that's the sweeter thing I was getting, but it's not floral. My brain knew it wasn't floral, but I didn't know it was that.
That's what makes it boozy. Y'all, a little bit of a gin martini in here.
But to me, that added like a crisp, clean kind of thing, too.
Yes, right.
And these guys I forgot. Frankincense, myrrh, and patchouli.
This is why you're going to smell like a wise man. Frankincense and myrrh. Beautifully clean here. It's not the burned version of these. Frankincense almost smells like a delicious medicinal floor cleaner type of thing to me when it's on its own. Think Frankincense and Myrrh by Sterling Soap Company. And I don't think I've actually nailed down myrrh, because generally you see them together. You see frankincense a lot alone, but I don't think I've ever had myrrh by itself. I wonder what that would smell like.
But I did get like a gentle herbiness, not like going bay rum or something like that, but I think that's what these three friends were doing for us. And there is a spearmint next to orange. There's your citrus, fenugreek, and clove.
How did you get the spearmint in there and I didn't? Well, that's a testament to the balance, I think.
Which is funny. You got way more citrus is bringing you in, and I think that's kind of where I was stuck, because the spearmint and orange are actually kind of next to each other here.
And the clove is doing a phenomenal job of keeping this grounded in something deeply herby and almost smoky. When I smell our clove essential oil over there, that's kind of what I get from it.
Yeah, it's different than you think of like putting it next to like a cinnamon or something. It's used completely different here.
And y'all, some of these scents look amazing. Faith, Hope, and Trinity. Trinity's lemongrass, eucalyptus, and peppermint.
Oh.
We are Catholic. We can tell you that's a pretty decent Trinity. Which kind of means that ultra-friendly citrus that I was getting is just straight up orange. But it's the orange from Orange Julius. It's a candied orange from the orange peel. It's beautiful.
It really goes well with this scent. I think that my brain still really wants the spearmint and orange to stay throughout the whiff, and then those other ones kind of bounce around it.
So for New Artisan Day, I like to grab my no-nonsense hardware. This is my Sterling 24mm stubby knot brush. I love this thing. And this is my no-nonsense lather bowl from Pete Hendricks at HC&C, 22 gauge stainless steel, and a work animal. All right, let's see how soft. Oh, it's very soft, y'all. This is McDuff's territory.
It is called the soap cream, so there you go.
Right. And a little water from our Small Dredge Memorial Bougie Sprayer. All right, y'all, here we go. New artisan lather. So look, we just kind of got a paste going on. We don't really have a lather yet. We're just moving the soap up onto the bristles, and when the soap is this soft, it makes it easy.
I just got the whiff of the almost Coca-Cola-ish sort of thing.
Telling you.
It's hiding way in there.
I'm telling you, and it's very deconstructed. You gotta step back and squint, but it's there.
It might be the clove and the frankincense and myrrh, something in there.
I know. All right, going in for the water.
It's
this is where the magic will happen. Yeah, look at this, y'all. Now, if you get that kind of cobwebby pattern at the bottom of the bowl, it might be asking for a little more water.
A few moments later.
And just about the time it looks like your bowl's ready for cereal, but you could turn it upside down and nothing comes out, that's how you know this is a good base. And y'all, I know we never talk about lather here in the Barbershop Duet, but that's nothing short of impressive. And this is something you only find here in the Barbershop Duet. This is the Slide Some Oil to Me with on 3, 1, 2. Some oil to me. Oh, that's very similar.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Well, I think that speaks to what a good balance it is in the soap itself. That doesn't have to spread out much in the lather.
And that might be interesting, too, knowing it's all essential oils. That might play a part in this as well.
And, y'all, we do love watching our Long Island shaving, but we don't do shaving here in the Barbershop Duet. We thought you... Oh, wait. Hold on a second.
That's the thing.
Hold on. Oh. Y'all, this is different. Look at this. This is thick and protective. And look at my face without being foamy. Foamy is a little bit of a backwards promise, I think. This is padded.
Yeah, somehow there's too much air sometimes between the bubbles, if that makes sense.
Not here.
This is padded and slick, and it does feel protected. I'm curious when we come back for the how it's shaved section.
I want to shave now. This is the kind of thing that makes me want to pull out my straight from Jeremy Fletcher.
You'd feel safe.
That's how protective I feel with this.
I can understand why Barry was like, no. You need to be much.
This is different. All right, well, come along with us. We're going to see what mysteries and wonders are lying in this beautiful splash bottle. And you know what's funny? It wipes off super clean.
It does.
Are you noticing that?
Yeah.
There's something different about this. And there's not that many ingredients.
No.
Y'all, saponified stearic acid, check. Tallow, check. Cold-pressed hemp seed oil, got it. And essential oils. That is all you're looking at in here, y'all.
Yep.
Well, remember you're thorough. Simplify. All right, are you ready to try this splash?
Yeah, I was trying to see how many ounces it was. Oh, 3.4. Okay, so this is 4.6 ounces, and this is 3.4. I like their glass bottles. Let's see what the topper looks like. Oh, it does have a little stopper.
Oh, very nice.
All right, watch out, Elaine. Here you go. Kind of got that nice little milky action.
Right, I like that. All right, here we go. Ooh. Oh, get that citrus hit, and then it kind of goes.
And I get more of the sandalwood, I think,
right.
too.
Oh, that is still the gatekeeper in between those sweet highs and those rugged lows.
And maybe it might be more the frankincense myrrh action. I don't know if I can tell as much clove. I know we read that, but I don't get that part as much.
And the spearmint essential oil is awesome. Y'all, I have 4 different spearmint essential oils over there. 3 of them are okay. The one from Amazon is really less than okay. But the one I got from Brambleberry, that's right, I'm telling secrets. Brambleberry makes incredible spearmint and other essential oils. That's the quality level I'm sensing in this.
Okay, that mid 3 friends we were talking about, more of the herby spices. I think the patchouli, frankincense, and myrrh, something in those 3, and it might even be the fenugreek kind of thing. Those are talking to me more here.
And being an amateur crappy perfumer myself, I can tell you that a really good perfumer put these together. These were not just essential oils that somebody went, these might smell pretty together, because where one leaves off, the other starts. And that's the challenge of perfuming with essential oils, because otherwise there's too much of a stair step in between your tobacco and your spearmint. Could you imagine? But not this. It starts you at the top and just gracefully sets you down on each layer until you get to the bottom.
I feel like it's more masculine here in the splash. I think it's just more of the spices and kind of the gentlemanly side coming out, but it does have much more like, almost like a blue collar, all-American kind of thing coming through in the way those spices, not old vintage, but like in a building that's been around. Like we've gone to old Sacramento many of times, and like there's age in those buildings. Doesn't mean that they're old. They're still well taken care of, but only time can add those scents to those.
We've never smelled heritage from Razor Emporium, but this is what I expect it to smell like.
So it's very on brand with them. A lot of the other soap creams that I saw were more single scent notes. This one has more of a complexity, but I feel like they put a lot of time into how these friends are coming together.
It's a very Norman Rockwell-ish scent. Very Saturday Evening Post scent.
There you go. Like we spent a lot of time watching old vintage films on YouTube that have been like remastered a little bit, and I feel like it could be something in those somehow.
Yeah, classic.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be black and white necessarily, but there's just like that timelessness thing that's coming through.
So it's pretty simple, y'all. Just be a wet shaving hobbyist who loves his Sterlings and his PAAs and his A&Es, but every once in a while, you're going to want to go out and discover a brand new artisan who is doing some brand new and very inspirational work with ingredients, with how they're putting their balances together, and with the scents themselves. And you might wander over to American Vintage Soap Co. and get your own. So head over to avsoapco.com where you'll find this and all kinds of other cool stuff. Well, I've had my shave, y'all, with Zeppelin, and you know what this formula is about? Simplify, simplify, without compromise. One of the reasons that a lot of us got into the hobby was so that we knew what ingredients we were putting on our faces. That stuff that we can't pronounce on the can of foamy, we don't know what that's doing to us. And y'all, with only 3 ingredients in this, and one of the best scents we've ever smelled made of essential oils, how can you go wrong? And they're on sale right now, avsoapco.com. We will be back. Thanks, y'all. Hey, welcome to Messages.
So for our April giveaway, we wanted to give you a chance to get $25 to Noble Auto.
Yeah, yo, and all you have to do to be eligible for this giveaway is send us an email here to WeSentYou at thebarbershopduet.com so we can get back to you. It's the only way we communicate about our giveaways, and then check back here on our first May episode to see if you are a lucky winner.
Best of luck.
Can I just say, too, that when I thought this was a plastic splash bottle, I was excited. But to find out that it's actually a very high-quality glass bottle makes it an even more cherished addition to our cabinet, and it's more fitting to the level of luxury of the juice inside. I love this.
And looking at their website, they have a lot of other things, too. Aftershave Splash, AVSC Oil, Carbon Deodorant, Ceramics, Shaving Soap, Solid Cologne, Southern Lip Balm, and Giant Tallow Soap Bars.
Southern Lip Balm.
And their soap bars, they have an extra large cut that is 8 ounces.
Don't drop it on your foot. Well, we have a lot of people to thank today. Thank you, American Vintage Soap Company, for making these amazing products. Thank you, Barry Bedford and the Texan Shaves, for sending these out for free. And thank all of you for keeping us company here in our barbershop every Wednesday and Saturday. You really do give our lives great purpose, and we have a wonderful time hanging out with all of you.
Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell better just watching this.